Are you a solopreneur and you've been trying to decide whether you're going to do a sale for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday season, or are you feeling like maybe you've left it too late, you're not quite sure how to make the most of this opportunity, or if you even want to? I've been where you are, feeling the pressure of Black Friday and trying to decide whether it's worth it, whether you have the capacity for it maybe, or if you're even going to be able to cut through the noise and compete with everybody else who has something going on that day. And over the years, I've learned how to make decisions to fit in with my own values, my energy, and where I'm at this time of the year. So if you are trying to decide, if you're wondering if you've left it too late, this video is going to help you to get clarity on whether Black Friday is right for you this year, what you need to consider, and how to approach it in a way that's going to feel really aligned for you and not draining or overwhelming. First, I'll walk you through some key questions to help you decide what's right for you. Then I'll share my best strategies for preparing if you decide to go for it, what you can do if you decide not to, and some simple steps you can take between now and the Black Friday sales to make the most of the opportunity, take care of your community, and generate some activity and excitement around your work. So let's get started with the key questions that you want to ask yourself to decide if this is the right next step for you. If you're anything like me and my community of introverted, highly sensitive, and neurodivergent solopreneurs, you might already find by this time of the year you are starting to feel really tired and ready to take a break for the end of the year. I recently ran a workshop with my Cozy Business Common Room community members all about preparing for the end of the year to take a break and deciding whether to make the most of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales and some of the other holiday sales that happen around this time. It is a really amazing opportunity for if you are a business owner, because people are in that mindset, they're looking for an amazing deal, and it's a really great opportunity to build a little bit of extra revenue in your business so that you can take a break over the holidays without feeling really stressed about where money is coming from. You can prepare yourself in advance by pre-selling offers to come back to after the holidays to build some extra excitement around your offers and add some incredible value and bonuses for your people. But the thing that keeps coming up over and over again, and that I have recently been through myself, is how many options and possibilities are available for you to make the most of this time. The most important thing that I think that nobody talks about enough is taking a moment for yourself to decide, is this something that I have the capacity for right now? Each and every one of us is different. We have different circumstances and commitments and life situations right now. And it is so important to really check in with yourself first. If you are so looking forward to the end of the year and taking a break, and you cannot fathom writing a bunch of emails before the end of the year and essentially running a launch during one of the busiest marketing times of year, it is absolutely okay to give this one a miss. I also know, and this is something that I think about often as well and grapple with every single year, is do I want to be contributing to that noise, and how do I do so in a way that benefits my community and the people who I'm working with, is aligned with my values, and gives people the opportunity to work with me who maybe haven't been able to throughout the year, and they can get a special offer or bonuses. It is so important that you check in with yourself before making a decision about how that feels for you. If you know that you have things coming up like a holiday, you're going away, you've got other stuff going on, maybe adding the extra stress right now is not something that you need, but only you can make that decision. And it's also worth remembering that any of the options available can work and can work for you. But the thing that's going to help you the most is to know exactly how you're feeling right now, to check in with what you want and what your goals are for the end of the year. What do you already have that's set up and that already exists? And knowing that there is no right or wrong answer here. There are opportunities everywhere, and we have so many examples of different ways that you can make this work for you. Once you've really taken a moment to check in with how you're feeling right now, how you feel about the holiday sales, and what you already have that exists that you could put out really easily, there are a few other things to think about that are maybe going to help you make this decision, and then some steps for how you can start to really build that up so that you can cut through the noise during that busy period. After thinking about yourself and how you feel, the second thing to think about is your community. How much have you nurtured and brought value to them this year? When was the last time that you emailed them? How connected are you with them right now? If you're just starting out and you haven't built much of an audience yet or much of an email list, you might find that your efforts are best used somewhere else, like taking advantage of bundles and roundups of Black Friday sales offers instead of just focusing on your email list or your social media audience. I know we've all been been in situations where we have started receiving sales emails from someone we can't even remember how we ended up on their list and haven't heard from them all year, only to be bombarded with emails around the holidays. I don't know about you, that is the quickest way for me to hit unsubscribe. And so that is why I'm putting this right at the start of the video so that you can think about how engaged you have been with your community this year, how much you have connected with them, and how long it's been since they last heard from you. To just come out swinging with a sale around the time that everybody else is emailing about a sale may not be the most effective way to make use of the holiday sales season. You still have time. There is time now, if you decide this is something you really want to do, to start nurturing and preparing your people that something amazing is coming. The other thing to think about is what you're going to offer. It can be easier to promote something that your people are already aware of instead of introducing a brand new offer to them. When you think about the awareness you need to create when you're launching something brand new at other times throughout the year, this is like 10x when you're having to cut through the noise of everybody else and the things that they are offering around this time. If you already have an offer that your people are familiar with, it could be a really good idea to make the most of that. Add bonuses, add a special deal or a special discount, and highlight something your people are already aware of and may be interested in, rather than introducing a brand new offer that you may have to start from scratch getting them familiar with. And let me just show you something that I've created especially for you to help you decide if this is the right next step for you. It is the Black Friday decision-making cheat sheet, and they are really simple yes/no questions, and it has really simple yes/no questions to help you decide if you want to run a Black Friday sale or if you want to maybe think about another option for the end of the year. As you go through the cheat sheet, you're going to be able to tick off which one resonates most with where you're at right now and make a decision based on that. But please also feel into what feels right for you right now. Your intuition, your gut instinct, and what you're really energized and passionate about right now is always going to be better than anything I or anybody else can recommend to you. But I think sometimes we can get caught up in the hype as well and feel like we should be doing something. And this is maybe going to help you to be really real about where you're at right now with your community, with your audience, and in your business. I'll be adding this to the Cozy Business Loot Chest, and you can grab that in the description and the show notes, along with a bunch of other resources that I've been adding to throughout the year. Just head to katherinemackenzie-smith.com/loot and you'll be able to get instant access to all of those resources. So you've gone through the decision-making cheat sheet, or you've just decided for yourself that yes, you are absolutely going to do something for the Black Friday and or Cyber Monday sales. Let's talk about some prep steps to set yourself up so that it can be easeful and fun, and to take as much of the mental load off your plate so you can get started today and make the most of this time so that you can set yourself up for success. The first thing that I would recommend is to start nurturing your people now. Whether you have been consistently in contact, creating content, sending emails, or showing up online in different ways for your audience, we are currently about 2.5 weeks away from the Black Friday sales. And so this is a perfect opportunity to start hinting that something is coming, to start letting people know what you've got planned, or even just giving them a sneak peek behind the scenes or dropping some little clues about what they can expect. When you think about it, there are so many people who are going to be sending emails and promoting their offers around this time, but that doesn't mean that there aren't people who are ready and waiting for something that you have to offer. And the best way that you can set yourself up now, let them know what's coming so that they don't feel put on the spot or surprised, or they don't go and buy something else when they'd really love to hear from you, is to start building curiosity and anticipation so that they can be prepared that you're about to drop something amazing. And we're going to talk about that in a second. You don't even necessarily have to have your full idea mapped out yet. Plan to send an email this week letting people know that you're thinking about it or that they need to stay tuned because something's coming. If the thought of sending some emails out in advance of this or starting to create some other content around your offer is already starting to feel overwhelming, or you have other things that you're focusing on, it is absolutely okay to skip this year and continue on with the plans that you currently have. It could be that your ideal client or your community right now actually really appreciate that you're not going to be sending them a bunch of emails and sharing all your different sales and offers with them. This is why it's so important to know yourself, check in with you, and also have some awareness around who your people are and where they're at right now. Even maybe asking them if you're not sure yet, if that's something you want to do. You could send them an email this week and ask them if it's something that they might be interested in. I know the instinct can be that you need to figure out the offer, you need to start setting everything up now, but you have a little bit of time to do that. The most important thing is to start preparing your audience now and working on that behind the scenes. And that brings me to my next tip, deciding what it is is you're going to offer. Unless you're watching this into the future for the 2025 and beyond Black Friday sales, I would recommend not creating anything new right now. Not only are you going to add so much extra stress to yourself because there will be all these additional pieces that you have to create and then do all your promotion as well, you'll then have to create an awareness phase around a brand new offer that might take a little bit too long to prepare your people for. Ideally, if you're just starting to think about it now, a few weeks out from Black Friday, it will be so much less pressure on you to take an offer that you currently have. It will be so much easier for you and for your audience to understand if you take something that already exists and add some amazing bonuses to it, an early bird price for people who sign up now to work with you next year, or some other special bonuses, special offers, whatever that might be, and make the most of the people who are already aware and interested in your offer. So this could look like an existing course or program that you run throughout the year that people get special access to. Maybe they get a special price. Maybe you run a live round or some bonus calls, or you combine it with a one-on-one offer, something that's going to make it just a no-brainer offer for your people. They're going to be excited to be part of it, to say yes to it because they were thinking about joining anyway, but now they have even more reason because they're going to get so much extra value out of it. The best thing about this is it's not going to overwhelm you. It's not going to overwhelm your community. And it also means that during all of the other emails and things that your people are getting, all the other messaging and advertising and all of that, they're going to be able to see and know straight away what your offer is. It's something they're already familiar with, except now it's coming with some extra special bonuses or a special price or something that makes it a yes for them without them having to do too much extra research. They might have been thinking about it in a past launch or round that you did. They might have been wondering if you were going to do a Black Friday sale because they were thinking of joining anyway. And this is an opportunity for you to take that familiarity and that trust and the people who are already thinking about it and give them a really good reason to say yes. Another really simple idea for what you can offer is to bundle up some of your existing offers or create a VIP kind of package. This is how you can create something really unique and special without having to create something new, but you can really make it special and make it a big deal during the Black Friday period. It could be something like a best of. You could package some of your separate offers together and make it into something new, but you actually don't have to do too much extra work. You could offer special VIP or one-off sessions, or you could create a special one-on-one or done-for-you package that's not available throughout the rest of the year and is only going to be available during this time. This adds the extra layer of something special and seasonal without you having to create something complicated or brand new. The one thing I would suggest that unless you have an established business and you've run Black Friday sales before, you have put bundles and packages together in different ways, and you've got existing content and emails that are ready to go and just maybe need some updating and tweaks, is how can you keep this as simple as possible? By creating just one offer or bundle or special deal, this is going to make it so much easier for you to communicate with your people. It's going to clear up any potential confusion. It's going to mean you just need one sales page, one checkout, and one set of emails once people sign up. And with time, you'll be able to add to the complexity of your Black Friday sales or your offers. But I really recommend starting with one really simple, no-brainer offer that people are going to be excited about, knowing that you can add to it year after year. If this year you focus on a few emails, a simple checkout, and a really good bonus or offer for your people, you know that next year all of that will already be set up, and all you'll need to do is duplicate and make some tweaks, and that means you can add additional offers later on. It's also worth thinking that throughout the year, as you're planning new ideas and launches, that you can start preparing for what you might want to do around this time next year and set yourself up throughout the year so that it doesn't feel like it's all happening in November. Of course, you can absolutely do whatever you want to do here, and there are so many different people doing so many different things around Black Friday, but at the end of the day, it's so important you do what's right for you. And this is where we want to check in again. This is one of the most important things that I think people don't take into consideration when they're deciding to jump on something that they see everybody else doing or making plans throughout the year in their business. Even as you're starting to plan, what feels good for you? What feels aligned with your goals and your values? As you start to think about the emails you need to write or the things that you need to set up to be ready for this, if it starts to feel heavy or overwhelming, that is often a really good indicator that maybe this just isn't the right time for you. There are so many other opportunities for things that you can do later on in the year, and you can even start to prepare now for what you might like to do in the future. If this is a particularly busy time of year for you, or you're already feeling like it's been just one of those years, check in with yourself whether this is something you have the energy and capacity for right now. Is there a way you can simplify your ideas? Is there a way you can put some of your your plans on hold for now and maybe revisit them again next year? And are there ways that you can simplify everything that you're doing to start with the bare minimum, knowing that you can build on it year after year? Remember, you might be busy at this time of year and feeling overwhelmed and like it's all just too much. And your people may also be feeling like this too. So make sure that you're checking in with them as well. Some other things that you want to think about is when you're deciding what bonuses or what special pricing you might be doing as a part of your offer, that it still needs to be an equal energy exchange. So this isn't about offering your one-on-one services for a whole year at a really, really low price that you then have to deliver on for the next 12 months. Take the time, think about what is something that you have the capacity to deliver on and what you would be happy to charge for that. Think about what you would love to see if you were your clients or what special surprises and delights you can include to just really make this fun for them. And that brings me to the most important part of deciding whether you're going to do a sale for Black Friday, if you're going to give it a miss altogether, or what other options are available for you. This can be all sorts of things. I know people do the 12 days of Christmas and have special giveaways or freebies during that time. Maybe you skip the Black Friday sales and think about doing something like that. In Australia, Boxing Day sales are a massive thing for us here. So maybe you decide to give yourself a few extra weeks and schedule in some emails to do something at a later date. The thing that I always think about when making decisions about is when deciding to get involved in holiday or seasonal trends and things that it feels like everybody is doing is I always ask myself, is this right for me right now? Is this something I have the capacity for? And how can I make this fun and joyful for me and my people? By treating every single opportunity as an experiment and a way to gather information to make decisions on for next time, it makes it so much easier and takes so much of the pressure off. It is absolutely fine to set yourself targets and goals and KPIs and all of those things, but it can also be really fun to take that information on board and also know that for every time you try something new, you create some energy and activity around your work, or you just decide to start your own experiment in your community with your offers, that is an opportunity for you to play and have fun, connect with your people, and then do a review afterwards and see what worked well, what felt good, what didn't work so well, or what did you learn from that, and what would you do differently next time. One thing I know that a lot of people do is they think, oh no, I've left it too late, I can't do it now. And that is absolutely fine if you feel that way. What can you do for yourself right now to set a reminder for next year? Maybe you put something in the calendar in early October to revisit this video and have a think about what you might want to do so that you give yourself plenty of time to prepare for it. Maybe you start to brainstorm what you would like to do in January, but you do it now instead of worrying about getting caught up in all the hype of the Black Friday sales. Maybe you go opposite and do anti-Black Friday and do a week of gifts and goodies for your people or something amazing that might be different from what other people are doing. And that might be the thing that makes you stand out and still invites people into your offers. There are no right or wrong ways to do this. The most important thing is how can you have fun with it? How can you treat it as an experiment? And even thinking about fun things that you would love to see from people who you follow. This is a great way to throw ideas around and not thinking about it as something that adds extra stress to the holiday season, that feels like a lot of pressure, or that feels like you have to work 24/7 in order to get it up and running. This is an opportunity to make it fun and part of the festive season as some way that you can give back to your people. You can thank them for supporting you and sticking around this year. You can create gifts or goodies or surprises for them. And then at the end, you can do a review, see how you felt, make notes for next year and revisit it again and decide next year what you want to do. And then each year you can build on it, you can evolve it, you can learn, you can try new things, you can start to create a system for yourself and you can keep building on it year after year. But the most important thing is that you're enjoying it and having fun and creating that culture within your community. The last thing any of us need at this time of year is for there to be more pressure and more work and more things that we feel obligated to do. And so this is once again where it's so important to check in with what feels good for you. So I covered a lot of things to help you decide whether you're going to get involved in the Black Friday sales, whether you have time to still do something for this year, and what the simplest, easiest steps to get started with are. Let me just recap those main points for you. First of all, really check in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? What do you have the capacity for? And can you reverse engineer what work needs to be done between now and the end of November? Check in with your audience if you're not sure or you haven't been in touch with them for a while and see where they're at right now. Ask them if that's something that they would be interested in, or maybe share that you have something in mind and you'll be sharing it with them over the next few weeks, and to stay tuned or let you know if they'd like to know more. If you've ghosted your list this year or you haven't been creating a lot of content, that is absolutely fine. You still have time to get back in touch, start creating some energy and activity around your work, share what you've been up to this year, what you've been learning in relation to the work that you do with them, and starting to drop some behind the scenes or some hints that you've maybe got something coming up at the end of the month. Keep it simple, fun, and easeful, and make sure that you're checking in with your goals, your values, and your energy to stay in alignment with where you're at in your business and whether doing a sale or a special offer for Black Friday is something that's right for you right now. When it comes to deciding what your offer is, I would err on the side of keeping it simple, sharing something that either people in your community are already aware of and they already know about, or creating a VIP special offer or bundle that is only going to be available during this time. People do all sorts of amazing and wonderful things, and so there's no right or wrong thing to do because everything has the potential to be successful. The most important thing is to check in with where you're at right now, how you feel. Keep it really simple for yourself, especially if this is something brand new that you haven't done before, or you're just starting out. Consider maybe getting involved in some other bundles. So many people have opportunities for you to share your offers with their list, or doing things like special Black Friday bundles that you could get involved in, especially if you have a smaller audience. And if you've decided this is just not the right time for you right now, that is absolutely fine. Can you use this month to start preparing yourself for December or the new year? Or can you use your decision not to do a Black Friday sale as a way to nurture your community more and build even deeper and more meaningful connections with them, because you're going to be one of the few people not selling in their inbox during this time? At the end of the day, there isn't a right or wrong decision about whether to do Black Friday sales or not. This is, of course, an opportunity where a lot of activity is happening, where people are looking for an amazing offer or a special deal. But if that's not right for you right now, or it doesn't align with your values and goals for your business, that is absolutely fine. This is your invitation to take this time off, to still send emails and amazing value to your people if you can, and spend this time thinking about other ways you can build sustainable, aligned growth in your business for December or January or into next year. If you're still not sure, make sure that you grab the Black Friday decision-making cheat sheet. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments or hit me up on Instagram at Miss_KMS. I really hope that you enjoyed this and it's given you some things to think about, and I will catch you in the next one.